Hello guys, it's Jim. I returned to another Bakugan video. First I just want to say sorry my voice is off. I've been sick for a while now. That's why I haven't really recorded, but I feel like my voice is at least okay kind of now, so I figured I'll record. And sorry if there's any random jump cuts here and there. I still have a cough. I don't want to cough in the middle of the video, so I might cut that out. But yeah, anyway, enough of that. I'll talk about Bakugan. So, yeah, anyway. Gen 3. I'm not going to be showing many images. I don't know what I should or shouldn't show. I'm just showing the logo in like one image because, again, I just don't really know what's fine or not fine to show. I'm just really trying to be cautious here. Seeing as what happens with like Beyblade stuff with some people. So I'm just showing not a lot. There's a ton of images out there in like Discords or even just looking at Bakugan 3rd generation in Google. You could find a ton of stuff. So I'm just being cautious, probably too cautious, but again, images are very accessible. And I don't really feel like I need to show much here because it's been like 3 months at this point since the stuff has been kind of teased. I don't think I'm really doing much new here. And I want to get into why I haven't really talked about Gen 3 yet. It's been out a while. I was going to talk about it a long time ago, but I wanted to give it some time to see if there's anything else that came out for it. And I also will just say it, I don't like Gen 3 at all so far. I don't think it looks very good. The reason why I've waited so long is because I was waiting to see if, okay, maybe, you know what, it looks a lot different than the other two gens. Maybe I just need some time to let it grow on me or something, but yeah, overall I gave it time, and if anything it made it worse, because at least, initially I was like, oh, well, this just looked weird, and there's some shock value to that, where I was like, okay, maybe this is kinda okay, but as time's gone on, I don't think it looks very good at all. Plus, I was trying to wait to see if they maybe would release anything else that I was interested in, but again, I just don't think many designs look good. I don't really like the best designs, I think, are just very okay. Which I feel like being very okay isn't a compliment. Like, it's the best designs. And I know it's still early, but like, yeah, no, I just don't like these at all. The main gimmick is that they split in half. Okay, cool, Bakutek did that. But here, it's not to be, interesting. It's not a well-developed idea. It mostly just seems like they split in half. So you can put a ring in between them, which is a little special attack gimmick. So you can put a ring in between the Bakugan and, like, now it's like a Beyblade or something. I don't know what happened here. This is the problem with, I just think, kind of North American toys in general, is that they're very much just toys, and that's really all there is to it. They're not really made the same way they are in Japan, where it's, very much collectibles, and the first generation of Bakugan was made in conjunction with Spin Master and Sega toys, from, North America and Japan, which led it to at least be a little better, in my opinion, and Bakutek was, of course, done solely in Japan by Sega toys, which is why it was so much better, is because they just take better care of their products out there. That's really all there is to it. In America, again, these are just toys to sell, and that's really all there is to it. There isn't anything else deeper, unfortunately, for us. So, yeah, I don't like these. And I don't think I'm exactly the demographic either, because again, in Japan, I think something like Bakutek, anyone can enjoy. If you're a fan of the series, and older, you could still enjoy Bakutek. If you're younger, you could easily get into it. But with these, it just doesn't feel like something I could get into as much now. Does this mean I will cover nothing of Gen 3? No. I'm sure I'll get a couple products at the launch. I'm sure I'll get some stuff here and there. But it's not gonna be something I'm covering actively. That's kind of what this video is to talk about is, well, first off, I just don't like these Bakugan, but also it's kind of to announce that, yeah, no, I'm not going to be covering Gen 3. Again, will I get some products to talk about? Will I make a few videos on it? I'm sure. But I'm not actively covering it. It just doesn't look good enough for me to want to. I tried the reboot. Gen 2 also has a lot of problems that I've kind of talked about, where to me, again, it's very much a toy. And again, with how North America does their toys, not as good. I just don't, like, it doesn't feel like they're trying to evolve the series in a meaningful way. It doesn't feel like this is a well developed idea. The whole thing about this third gen, it doesn't seem well developed. It's just using the brand name because it's a big brand, slapping on whatever gimmick they can to sell it and make it considered new, and that's all there is to it. This isn't an evolution to Bakugan, in my opinion. It's not well thought out, so that's why I'm not calling it an evolution. It's just a shoehorn gimmick to try and make it new because they don't believe in Bakugan as a concept, because again, that's just how North American toys go. They just don't care about the concept. It's just to make whatever they can, unfortunately for us. Which I kind of get it, but at the same time, Japan, again, they just do way better with their stuff. This isn't, really isn't good for anyone, unfortunately. So, if they ever did, like, a line of, like, Bakugan Pro or something, maybe I get into that. Like, if it's a little bit more Bakutech-like, I'd definitely check it out, but with this stuff, I just don't have an interest. Gen 2, I tried. I was just happy at first to get Bakugan back on shelves after, like, 7 years, but I eventually dropped off a little more towards the end of Battle Planet. I barely covered Armored Alliance. I barely covered Geogun Rising. I gave a genuine attempt to come back in Evolutions. I really did try, but again, it just didn't really work for me. I gave an attempt. I tried to come back to it, but again, didn't care enough. Barely covered Legends. And yeah, again, that trend is just continuing with this gen. I just don't like what they're offering here at all, and I don't think it's a good product, personally. I'm not going to sit here to just destroy this reboot, because again, for kids who want to get into it, I'm sure it'll be fun. That's cool. But again, for someone like me, I just don't care. Bakugan was kind of one of the main things on my channel for a very long time. I would argue for a point it was the main thing on my channel, and I feel like for quite a while it was Bakugan and Beyblade. Those were like the two main things I did on my channel, but at this point, well, Beyblade's continuing on. I'm just still doing Beyblade Burst stuff. I still have, Beyblade X coming up. That's going to be a lot of stuff coming from my channel. But I feel like that second thing, it's really just Bottlemen now. I mean, even if Bottlemen ends, like, after the Phoenix release in August, which I think could happen, but that's not going to be confirmed or anything, but even if it did happen, I could still talk a lot about Bottlemen. But with Bakugan, I've kind of exhausted most of my Bakutech discussions, not discussions, but, like, reviews, and yeah, there's still some stuff I could talk about, but it's definitely going to be less. I mean, I'm almost done with my Bakutech reviews. The last one I have is going to be in November. I've been doing them monthly, so it's really not a lot left to go. But I will still do Bakugan. It's just going to kind of be more of a side thing on my channel at this point. Because again, I've really exhausted all of the Bakutech stuff I wanted to do, and I don't really care to go back to Gen 1, like the North American stuff, as much anymore. Gen 2, I don't really care about. Gen 3, I'm not really caring about. So yeah, Bakugan for me is, I would say on its way out to some extent. Will I still do stuff here and there? Of course. But it's not going to be that main thing on my channel anymore that it once was. Because, yeah, I just don't care for this gen. I don't think it looks very good. I know this video wasn't really much of an interesting, in-depth look at Gen 3, I know, but at the same time, because I just don't have much to say. Again, it's a cool toy. I guess. I mean, if you're a kid, it's cool enough, right? But for me, I just don't care. It's not there for me, again. It's not for my demographic either. So, like, at the same time, like, I can complain all I want, but it wasn't made with someone like me in mind. So, like, it's just unfortunate, really, I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. I don't really blame them too much. I do wish that they put more effort into it so anyone could enjoy. Obviously if they made better products, kids could still enjoy them like they would with this. But then, the older fans, people who grew up with Gen 2 that maybe were, like, 10 when Gen 2 came out, they're probably already, like, almost high school age. They could have still enjoyed something, Or people who are into Gen 1 like me, who are, young adults at this point. That's why I was hoping for something more like Bakugan, even though I knew it wasn't really likely, because Bakugan I feel like it's something that I know could enjoy, you know. They really put a big focus onto the Bakugan themselves with well-developed gimmicks, and again, with this, it's just not that, so... I've definitely reiterated that point a few times, that's really all I have to say, so that's basically all I have for this video. So anyway, I'm going to try to come back pretty soon here. I have a couple more videos I want to do this month. My fifth part of my Beyblade Reimagining series, plus a review on St. Aquas, one of my, like I mentioned, the last few box deck reviews to do. Waiting for my voice to be a little bit better for those, waiting for my cough to go away more so, because I've had to cut a few times this video already, but yeah, anyway. Hopefully I'll be back with more videos pretty soon here, but for now, that's about it. So anyways, yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts on Gen 3 and why I'm just not covering it, at least for the most part. But anyway, thanks for watching, and bye-bye.